Hello again. Um, just doing another one. This is for tonight's tea. This is going to be Thai red curry, chicken for me and Lynn, and a bowl of disappointment for Gina. What we've got here is I've pre-done the shallots, taken the skins off them already. You've got a little pot of red curry paste, which is just store bought from. I think that one's Marks and Spencers, but they're all pretty good. The Asda one's pretty good. You will need lime for this one because it does finish it off at the end. A couple of fresh red chilies. And some coconut milk, which I've actually not got out yet, but we'll get there soon. So I'm just going to slice up this chicken, and we'll go from there. We'll start off and see how we get on. So I'll just set that back there. So I've washed my hands already. Had a wipe down. Obviously, a board specifically for poultry. Just check there's no bones on this. Left over, you don't want bones in there. Nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. So just dice it up into bite-sized pieces. These chicken breasts are absolutely massive. I'd hate to see the size of the chicken. Bork. Anywho. This one's even easier than the Madras, would you believe? Just be a bit careful when you get towards the end, because obviously with it being chicken breast, it's quite slippy. You don't want to slice your fingers up. So just give your knife a wash and put the chicken board to one side for now. Give your board a quick wipe down just in case there's any transference on there. And again, just slice up your shallots. I like shallots better than onions. Just it gives you, it's a slightly I don't know, slightly more gentle taste than onions. Onions can be quite harsh, I think, unless you cook them right through. The Thai style cooking prefers shallots. Indian style cooking, they quite like just the large onions. Don't go for the Spanish ones unless you actually prefer that taste, because they are quite distinctive. I'm not saying they're better or worse, just distinctive. So that's the chopping done. That's dead easy, isn't it, really? So I'll turn us around again now. Now you can see over on the far side, that's me my Madras from earlier on. I'm going to use this side of this stove this time. Once I find my right pot, that is. So just get a little bit of heat under it to start it off. Don't need to be very high, you just want it warm through to start with. Again, just a little bit of olive oil. Those people will say you've got to have specific kind of oil for Thai style cooking, but whether you can tell the difference or not, I'm not sure. So you want to get a little bit of a sizzle on this curry paste before you put the shallots in. I've gone through stages of I've made my own curry paste, and to be quite honest with you, I mean yeah, you can tell a slight difference, but I think that under normal circumstances probably life's a little bit too short to be making your own curry paste. Can be done. Doesn't take an awful lot of time. It's the kind of thing that I used to enjoy doing on days off when I had nothing better to do. I always seem to have something else to do now. But I'll get a little bit of a sizzle on that first. Get the coconut milk. Now I actually prefer the half fat one. It's not quite as oily. Unfortunately I didn't have any, so I've got just the ordinary rich and creamy coconut milk. And I'll use that and lots of water, so it's the equivalent, I suppose, really. We're starting to get a little bit of a sizzle there now. Just wait till that picks up a little bit. You need a little bit of oil in there. There is oil in the paste, obviously, but you need a little bit of oil in there, otherwise it just dries out and just burns to the bottom of the pan if you're not careful. So I would always advise a little bit of oil. A little bit like Keith Floyd, I'll just let that sizzle away a little bit. A little bit like Keith Floyd. I think that cooking always goes down better with a beer. Or wine, whichever you prefer. It's not going in there. Cheers, my dears. Here's to days off. Right, so we've got a little bit of a sizzle. Quite happy with that. It actually starts to smell a little bit different. I don't know why it does sort of start to split down a little bit, and that's what you want. You want to see the red going into the olive oil. And then that's now ready for the shallots to go in. And again, you want that to coat the shallots, and the shallots to start to cook down and start to soften up before you put the coconut milk in. As I said last time about the difference, so I'll use the red one all the way through for the chicken, and then when I split off and do the vegetarian one, I'll use the green spatula for Gina's side. I know, I'm all heart. So you can see that the shallots are starting to break away from each other now. That means they're starting to soften up. It doesn't take very long. Just give that 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'll just come back around this way. I'll just chop the lime in half, give it a quick roll first. Do it a roll just to loosen it up inside so you get a bit more juice out. And you won't believe it, but it does actually work. And then just chop your chilies for the end. for dressing. And that'll just give that a real little kick at the end of there. That's for dressing on the top. It's not quite ready for the coconut oil yet, but I'll just get it ready. And again, it's a good base sauce with the Marks and Spencer's thing. I just like to just give it a little bit of a hand along the way. That's about done. That's just water to rinse out the coconut milk, just so you get everything that's there. At this point, I actually try and find any spare veg that we've got left in the fridge from whatever meal we've been having or. So today I've got some mange du and some green beans. I won't use all these, probably like half of each. The green beans, I think I'll probably chop them in half actually because they're quite big. Too long for a curry proper. The mange du can wait before it goes in, but I think the green beans can go in quite early really. And you can put anything in here. I mean, I was trying to find some baby sweet corn. They always look really good in a Thai curry. I think they set it off really nice with the colours and everything. Again, with Thai food, always advisable to just have a spoonful of sugar. Just take the edge off. can always fine tune it at the end if you want, if it needs a bit more, or you know, the lime will bring it back out to life. It lifts it just a little bit to give it some extra taste. And the chilli, like I say, will I won't put the chilli in because Georgina doesn't particularly like very spicy food, so I'll see how that is as a base for hers, and then split that off depending on taste and see how it works. Just add some more water to that to give us a little bit more. Slightly smaller pan, so it doesn't really sit very well on that big ring. It gets very hot, does that, because you've got an outer and an inner ring, so it gives off an awful lot of heat. This one's much more controllable for a smaller pan. You can see how it's starting to split off. You're getting the red paste starting to split from the coconut milk. It's starting to rise to the top. It's supposed to do that, apparently. I wasn't sure, but apparently it is. So now it's starting to bubble up. Just give that a quick taste. Now, to me, there's no spice in that at all, but that's perfect apparently for Georgina. So she'll take some off. Just a quick spot of washing up here. Turn that down now. So again, you know, the longer you leave these things to just bubble away, they actually do taste better for it. As long as they're not reducing down too much. Right, sorry about that. So can be Georgina's. Very quickly move that over there. Put that one on there. Bring that back up to a boil for that one. And into here goes your chicken. Make sure you give your board a good wash. I think actually in hindsight I'm going to put all these beans in because it's going to take it alright. We've got 2 lots there. few for jeans as well. With mange tu. Now, just because there's absolutely no spice at all, to me, I know Lynn would be exactly the same. That's I'm going to put a couple of dried chili flakes. That'll give it a nice little kick to start with, and then, as I say, at the end I'll dress it with the chilies, which will give it another kick, and it should be delicious by then. Can't taste it yet because the chicken's obviously not cooked, so don't do that. And a little tub of disappointment. Don't know, can you see across there? Raise that one up. Now going into Gina's. I don't think you can get salmonella from disappointment, but see how we get on. In the meantime, put the kettle on for some rice. Just spin this round so you can see what I'm doing this side here. So I've got my scales out, obviously for drugs, and a pan. This is brown rice, so it takes quite a lot longer to cook, but a general rule of thumb is about 80 grams per person. So that's 160 grams for two. Dead easy. There you go. Sorry about the noise, that's just the kettle boiling. It's back over this way. I think you see everything that's going on there. That's the beans in the Mange 2 starting to reduce down now. Chicken's almost cooked through, I would say. Smelling very nice. I'm going to throw this chilli into ours now. Dressing. I think you'll agree that actually does start to look like a Thai curry, doesn't it? So this should really take sort of between, I don't know, 20-30 minutes to cook from start to finish. So if once you get to sort of the point where you're, sort of 15 minutes in, then if you put your rice on that point, your rice takes about 17 minutes to cook. So everything should sort of come together at the end there. I think I've spaced it out a little because I'm doing the vegetarian side as well. Cheers again. That's your rice on, so time that for 17 minutes. Give it a quick stir so it doesn't all stick together in the bottom. Nobody likes a sticky bottom. And I shall pause and come back in about 17 minutes.